Let's talk about something most guys get completely backwards. The idea that confidence with women is a personality trait you either have or you don't. It's not. It's a skill, built from specific habits, specific ways of thinking, and specific reps you put in over time. The guys who seem naturally magnetic aren't operating on some gift you missed out on. They just figured out a framework, whether consciously or not, and they've been running it for years while everyone else is still guessing. This is part 1 of a 2-part breakdown. 5 habits today, 5 more in the next video. Let's get into it. The first piece is understanding where attraction actually comes from. Most guys think it's built through effort, through saying the right things, doing enough nice gestures, proving your value with achievements. That's backwards. Attraction is built through energy, not effort. A woman can feel whether you're relaxed or anxious within the first few seconds of an interaction, long before you've said anything meaningful. So before we talk about what to say, we have to talk about what state you're actually in when you say it. Which brings us to the first real habit, regulating yourself before you engage. This means not walking up to a conversation carrying whatever stress, rejection, fear, or self-doubt you brought with you from your day. If your nervous system is wound tight, she feels that tension whether you say a single awkward word or not. So the work happens before the conversation even starts. Drop your shoulders. Take one real breath into your stomach, not your chest. Slow down your movements by about 20%. This sounds small, but it changes the entire read she gets off you before you've spoken. Second habit, stop performing and start observing. Most guys walk into a conversation thinking about what impressive thing to say next. That's you, living in your own head, running a script, checking her face for approval after every sentence. The alternative is staying present enough to actually notice things. Her tone, what she's excited about, what she's avoiding. When you're observing instead of performing, your responses become natural instead of rehearsed, and natural is what actually lands. Third, learn the difference between curiosity and interrogation. A lot of guys default to interview mode. Where are you from? What do you do? Do you have siblings? It's boring because it's extracting facts instead of connecting with feelings. If she mentions she just started a new job, don't ask how many people work there. Ask how it feels starting something new. That single shift, asking about the feeling instead of the fact, changes the entire texture of a conversation, because now she's sharing her actual experience instead of reciting a resume. Fourth, get comfortable holding your own opinions. This is where a lot of guys quietly sabotage themselves without realizing it. They agree with everything, soften every disagreement, avoid any friction because they're scared friction means she'll lose interest. It's the opposite. A man with 0 opinions is forgettable. If she says she hated a movie you loved, don't cave, say so. Disagreement, delivered lightly, with a smile, signals that you actually have a self underneath the conversation instead of just mirroring whatever she says back to her. Fifth, learn to lead instead of waiting to be led. Conversations naturally have moments of momentum, a high point, a good laugh, an easy silence. Most guys let those moments pass without doing anything with them, waiting for her to suggest the next step. Confident men use those windows. If the energy is good, say something like, "Let's grab a table over there, it's quieter," or "We should continue this over coffee sometime." Leadership isn't aggression. It's just being willing to make a decision instead of outsourcing every next step to her. That's 5. Regulate before you engage. Observe instead of perform. Ask about feelings instead of facts. Hold your own opinions, and lead when the moment calls for it. These first 5 are about how you show up in the actual moment. Part 2 is going to cover the other side of it, the habits that carry you between those moments. The ones that build the kind of presence women notice even when you're not saying anything at all. That one's just as important, so don't skip it. Peace.